Ian Wright urges Arsenal to sign more players after embarrassing Brentford performance. Ian Wright has slammed Arsenal's embarrassing performance following the 2-0 opening day defeat to newly promoted Brentford. Mikel Arteta's side lacked the necessary intensity and confidence to cope with the constant press from the hosts, whose goals from Sergi Canos and Christian Norgard helped lift them to their first ever Premier League win. The North London outfit struggled to create any chances of their own, having been forced to hand 20-year-old Folarin Balogun a Premier League debut after both Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Alexandre Lacazette were ruled out of the clash through illness. Defensively, Arsenal fared little better, with new signing Ben White looking ill at ease alongside Pablo Mari, and the £50 million recruit was partially to blame for Norgard's game-clinching goal as the Gunners collectively failed to deal with a routine long throw. Wright was far from happy with the performance and urged the Arsenal board to make more additions before the transfer window closes. For Arsenal fans watching, that it's embarrassing for us, Wright said. They didn't compete and they don't look any better than they were last season. I think Ben White did well against Ivan Toney tonight. Kieran Tierney, you're always going to get that from him. There's more players to come, there's 18 days left in the transfer market and they're going to need to do something. If you're going to play against a promoted team and you're not going to at least match them for endeavour and intensity, then it's going to be a long season for Arsenal. It's worrying. Arsenal have been in the market for an attacking midfielder all window, with Leicester's James Maddison and Martin Odegaard among the players being linked to the club, but a move for either doesn't look to be close. Meanwhile, under fire, Arsenal boss Arteta apologised to the fans for the performance and promised that the team would try to improve in the coming weeks. The Gunners will be hoping to register their first Premier League points of the season when they host Champions League winners and London rivals Chelsea next Sunday. Tammy Abraham has reportedly opted to join Roma over Arsenal. The decision comes after Roma general manager Thiago Pinto travelled to London this week in a bid to convince Abraham and his team that a move to Italy was the right project for him. Roma have agreed a £35 million deal for the 23-year-old, but personal terms have proved to be a sticking point. The Gunners, who started their Premier League campaign with a 2-0 defeat to newly promoted Brentford on Friday, had also registered their interest in Abraham, with reports suggesting that the player and club representatives had met to discuss a deal. Before the recent discussions between Roma and Abraham's team, it is understood that the English striker would have preferred to join the Gunners. But it now seems that he's more open to a move to Rome, according to Damasio. The deal for Abraham is expected to see Chelsea receive around £4.2 million up front, with the remaining £30.8 million to be paid in instalments through the next few seasons. Abraham was left frustrated with the lack of playing time at Stamford Bridge last season, and his opportunities would have been further limited by Lukaku's arrival. When asked about Abraham's potential move away from the club earlier this week, Chelsea boss Thomas Tuchel refused to give an answer. However, he did admit that he understood the striker's frustration with the lack of playing time. Real Madrid lower Martin Odegaard asking price but make demand to Arsenal. Arsenal are ramping up talks to re-sign Martin Odegaard, with Real Madrid prepared to significantly lower their asking price, though they want a buyback clause included in any deal. The Norwegian enjoyed a solid loan spell at the Emirates last season, joining in the January window, but returned to the Bernabeu hoping to force his way into the first team after Carlo Ancelotti replaced Zinedine Zidane. But the change of manager has not improved Odegaard's fortunes, with the 23-year-old omitted from the squad list submitted to La Liga and not even handed a shirt number. Real Madrid are now in talks to sell Odegaard to Arsenal and, according to ABC, they have lowered their initial demands and will now accept an up-front fee of £34 million. As part of that deal, however, Madrid would want a further £8.5 million in easily achievable bonuses and a buyback clause. Arsenal are looking to get the initial fee down closer to a sum of £25 million, plus bonuses, and despite the discrepancy in valuation, there is confidence from all parties that an agreement will be found. According to ABC's report, Odegaard is already planning for life back at Arsenal and is eager to be reunited with Mikel Arteta. While he has a rather cold relationship with Ancelotti, who told him he must prove he deserves a place in the Real Madrid first team, he has an excellent relationship with Arteta and knows he will be given a key role at Arsenal. The Gunners received a fee of £22 million for Joe Willock just a few days ago, and that is likely to be reinvested into the Odegaard deal, though further sales may be needed. Aubameyang and Lacazette doubts for Arsenal as response is required against rivals Chelsea. Mikel Arteta may have to trust the youth once more when Arsenal face off against rivals Chelsea, as Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Alexandre Lacazette are still doubts, according to Football London. The Gunners missed their strike duo for the season-opening defeat against Brentford due to illness, leaving Arteta to field Folarin Balogun up top and Gabriel Martinelli as one of the wide forwards. Arteta may have to call on the 20-year-olds again when Arsenal contest rivals Chelsea next Sunday, should Lacazette and Aubameyang still remain unwell. That piles even more pressure on Arteta and the younger players in particular, as fans will be expecting a response from the side after their 2-0 defeat to Brentford. Arteta was unsure as to whether the duo would return against Chelsea when questioned on the attackers after the Brentford defeat, telling the BBC this via the Evening Standard: "I don't know if they'll be available for the next game. What I can control and help, I'll put all my enthusiasm and work into that. I can't change that. We knew that before the game, they could not play against Brentford. Arsenal actually beat Chelsea in both of the sides' Premier League encounters last season, but those feats will be hard to follow if Lacazette or Aubameyang are unavailable. The attack doesn't look completely hopeless though." Emile Smith-Rowe was a live wire for the Gunners against Brentford and arguably the only bright spark for the side, as he showed creativity and drive. Arsenal have been handed a boost in their pursuit of Bayern Munich midfielder Corentin Tolisso. That's according to Calciomercato, who are reporting that the German giants would take Arsenal right-back Hector Bellerin in a straight swap for the Frenchman. Bellerin has been linked with a move away from North London all summer, with the 26-year-old an unused substitute in yesterday's defeat to Brentford. And 27-year-old Tolisso is set to leave Bayern this summer as he enters the final year of his contract, with Arsenal and Manchester United both linked with a move for the midfielder. But with Bayern willing to take Bellerin in a swap deal, it means the Gunners would not have to fork out any cash for a deal, a move that suits Mikel Arteta's side after already spending a combined £75 million this summer. Joe Willock took to Instagram yesterday in a touching farewell post to Arsenal after sealing a £25 million move to Newcastle. The 21-year-old has been part of the Arsenal for the last 15 years, but his time in North London has come to an end. He heads back up to the northeast, where he enjoyed a very productive loan spell in the second half last season, scoring 8 goals in 14 games for the Magpies. And on Instagram, Willock tagged Arsenal before saying, "Thank you for making a young boy's dream come true. I've been at Arsenal for 15 years and I've been a fan my whole life. I came to Arsenal at 5 years of age with a dream and love for the club, and you gave me the opportunity to fulfill them dreams. To all the managers, staff and players, I want to say thank you for making me who I am today. This iconic club will always have a special place in my heart, but it's my time to move on and continue to show the world what I can do. Arsenal family, thank you for everything."
If you like the video, like, share, and subscribe.